This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay, so I see that in the agenda, somebody added this. Who added this node publish target path? Can
Oh, I added that.
Oh, okay. Security detection currently.
So the
Your volume is a little low. Is it just me? Because on my side, probably a lot of background noise on my side.
Can you hear me?
Yes, better.
Okay, yeah. And so the CSI spec says that the target path is. I was just discussing this with Jan actually, and the CSI spec is.
Is cap?
It's nothing related to cap. Maybe we can talk this after going through all the stuff.
Okay. Sure. Maybe, yeah. Maybe we can go through the release and just see what are outstanding and come back to this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that one is, oh, we got PR approval. Okay. So 1.23 sidecar releases. Let's see what is 1.23. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if depends, anyone has update.
Do we have any update? I think for me, it's the same. I'm still waiting for the person to test PR before I can cut the release. And then, okay, Maricia, are you working on this Leibniz probe and the node driver registrar?
Yes, so for Leibniz probe, I have already created the release branch and the tag.
Oh, so that's down there.
I still need to promote the images from staging to probe.
Oh, okay. I think
the
that's
last step.
Yeah, just one step basically. So the release is already cut. Just need to promote image. Okay, so I think here
Right.
we can be done. And then you are working on the node driver registrar, right?
Right.
Thank you. Ben, you want to give an update? Is Ben here? Oh,
No.
Ben is not here. Okay. Yeah, I think I reviewed his. He has a PR for the matrix. I reviewed it. Okay, so we'll wait for him to update. Oops, that's it. Is that okay? So then I think that's it. And then the rest of them we need to wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So stop sharing this one, and we can go over the 1.24. Let's see where we are with 1.24. So this one, the volume mode conversion between source and target. So this one, the cap is merged. So we're good for tomorrow's deadline. Okay. And this one I forgot. Is that okay? Let me check the node expand secret. I think Michelle has proved it. I don't remember if
Got merged, I think.
oh, it's not merged yet. What we're waiting for something? What are we waiting for? Oh my God, what? Oh, this is the issue. Sorry, this is the wrong. This is not the cap. Which one is the cap? I have so many links there. Okay.
It got merged.
Oh yeah, it's merged. Yeah, this is the one, right? Yeah, it's merged. Okay, good. Okay, now this, okay, so command, I think this is yours. The recover from resize failure. What's the status for this one?
That got merged.
Oh, merged, cool. Okay, so it's 3 merged. And okay, now this one, the secure Linux. Is this one waiting for? I think I think Yang says it's got PR approval, right? So probably just waiting for SIG approval.
Yeah, I could add that, and yeah, I was planning to add it, but in case if anybody wants to take a look, then yeah.
Okay. I don't know if Michelle still want to take a look, see she reviewed earlier. I can take a quick look. I know I
Okay.
reviewed earlier. I think he addressed those. But other than that, it's fine. But you're saying that that question is not related to this cap, right? So we're not really holding off basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can, yeah, then we can go to that later. And what's next? Always on a PV reclaim policy. This one, the cap is also merged. Voting populator, yeah. So Ben submitted a cap to update the milestone, so that's merged. CSI, I think this one we will just leave it to Jiawei and Michelle. I can take a look after this meeting, but I think most of those are merged. This is a code issue, so we can get back to this one after the cap merge deadline. And oh, how about this one? Voting expansion amount.
That was merged.
Oh, cool. All right, and then, okay, so the non-graceful no shutdown. So basically, I was just chatting with Jing about this one. Maruno also reviewed it. He is a approver from Signode. David Porter also reviewed it. So both of them thinking this is fine, but he's asking if Derek want to make a pass. So I was waiting for, I don't know if Derek has time to take a look, but we'll wait for him to respond, I guess. All right, so hopefully we can get this one in. It's both of them, right? So Morano and David Porter, they are the ones working on the graceful no shutdown, so they should be pretty familiar with this area. Okay. No. Let's see, what is next? Is this the last one? Do we have any? Oh, okay. So I just started to take another look. I think I reviewed it earlier. Yeah, I will review this one after the meeting.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think I addressed the outstanding comments.
Okay, great. And then also this already, I think the PR reviewer waiting for the SIG to give look good to me before he approves it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look right after this meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's, so we have only three. Look at that, looks like we only have 3 outstanding. 3 caps not merged yet, okay.
Yeah.
Good, actually good. All right.
Yeah. So for non-graceful shutdown, just in case Derek has no time, we should ping someone to give the.
Yeah, can you help
Yeah.
maybe in parallel? Can you, because actually Morano, he is an approver. He can actually approve it, but he didn't. He said he thinks it's good. Yeah, but if you can ping another approver to take a look, if someone can.
Yeah, so I can try, like I already talked to Dawn, but she probably won't have time. And
Okay.
and for another approval like Lantao, last time I cannot assign to him even, right?
Oh yeah, is he still working on this? Maybe did he change the, he's still at Google, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. Did he change his GitHub ID, which is unusual? He changed his ID. Okay.
Oh no, I don't think so. Yeah. So once they give LGTM, it will automatically merge it, or?
Yeah. So we just need to remove there was a hold from David Eats. Put a hold, just to wait for Signode to review it. So we can remove it, but we because since Morano has this comment, he wants Derek to make a pass, so we can't just remove that hold yet, right? So he has to just put a look good to me or something. So we have to either wait or get someone else to say look good to me.
I can ask Derek.
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
Because okay, yeah, I can ask Derek.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Okay, so all right. So that's it. Should we go back to this issue, Jing? Do we have anything else before we go back to this?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Okay, so this issue came up when there was a bug reported by IBM CSI drivers on Spectrum something. And they were doing some weird things during node publishing. What I noticed was that their node published just symlinks an existing path from somewhere of the node to the target path. Like the target path, it's basically a symlink. It's not a mount or anything. It's not. And the CSI drivers, CSI specs, what a CSI specs is, it doesn't always have to be mount, I guess, but the for volumes with access type of mount, the SP shall place the mounted directory at target path. And creation of target path is a responsibility of the SP.
Do you want to share anything that you're reading, or?
I'm just reading from CSS spec.
Okay.
Like the CSS specs is for volume path with access type of mount, the SP shall place the mounted directory at target path. So the question is, like in Kubernetes, we make assumptions in some places about the target path being mounted path, either bind mount or something else. Like that's kind of what do you folks think about it? And
is this the only driver? This is the only driver that does this? Use a symlink? This only the.
there could be other drivers. There could be other drivers, I guess.
But is that? But so normally it will pass, but it's just like if there is the secure Linux enabled, then there is a problem. Because if you say driver has already implemented this one, then we should have seen this before, right? So it's not an issue basically until they have a secure Linux enabled.
Yeah, I mean, right now, because when we are doing the SLNX, checking if the driver supports the SLNX, we are trying to see if it is a mount point, and we scan the mount table for the path, and the path is a symlink, so we don't. We say, oh, we don't support SLNX, and we just leave the path alone, and that's why it breaks. So we could make us. Go ahead, Jing.
Oh, you can go ahead first.
Yeah, we could make a simple fix to follow the symlink and then check for that and see if it is and then look for the target path of the symlink rather than the symlink itself. So yeah, so we could do that, or we could, I don't know, like if anybody in this group had an opinion about the target path being a symlink or just.
So I need to check the code path, but as we know, right, we do have a number of places checking mount point. That function called like exactly mount point, right?
Yeah.
So I feel there might some logic broken. For example, reconstruction. I cannot say for sure, but for Linux, we do use that function quite a lot, although we are thinking to kind of examine those places and maybe need to improve some part because it might not very necessary to check mount point. Sometimes might not be a mount point at all. And so for symlink, besides Linux, Windows use symlink. Windows does not have like a mount. And for Windows, I think is likely mount point implement differently, right? So we just check. It probably is using a way of checking symlink, something like that. So I don't know if driver needs they must use symlink, then we need to kind of check the logic in Kubernetes volume management side, where we are checking mount point, right? Does it make sense to assume it is a mount point, or we should consider the symlink situation.
So yeah, I think every bit of code that assumes the path to be mount point has to be kind of reviewed in that sense. Then right, like And Jan was also saying, he's not there in the call today. He was also saying the mount propagation, if it is symlink, then the mount propagation will work correctly or not. I would think that the Docker or container runtime will evaluate the path before creating bind mounts. So it should work. And yeah, but there could be issues, but I don't know what he meant by that. So something to chase it down with him, I think.
So this is, you mentioned IBM, some driver.
Yeah.
So they already have the driver, the test the driver is working, or what's the status of their driver?
Yeah, the driver works for most part, except like SL Linux currently doesn't work because we don't evaluate the symlink. So
interesting. I don't know how, yeah, because we do have a number of places checking mount point, right? If it is not a mount point, what's the
we removed it from the node publish path though. Like it used to be there, now we removed it. It's possible that the reconstruction, some of the stuff is broken and they have not tested it because those things are only tested like in corner cases, like you shut down the node with or you restart kubelet and things like that. They might not have run into those cases yet. It just like they are just dipping their toes into writing a CSI driver.
Okay, I see. And is there a reason they use symlink? They mentioned?
I don't know. I have asked them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If we know whether there is like a reason, they must use symlink, then yeah, it's worth to checking the logic. Otherwise, it's safer to use mount as for now.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree. And yeah, okay. Now if we took the position that okay, it should be like mounts, then we probably had to update the CSI sanity test. I was looking at the sanity test today and we are not doing any validation there. So people
Right.
will use sibling and we do weird things. So we cannot point them to it. Maybe we can add some warnings in the sanity test, but that'll be weird. So yeah.
Right. If some user have a reason they must use symlink, then we need to improve our side. Otherwise, either we decide to strict in CSS spec, or if we allow, then we need to check our logic to handle this.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That's all I had on this one. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, I've been thinking to check the logic, mount point logic for a while, but haven't got time. Then yeah, we can sync up with this if we understand the reason to use symlink, right? So we can try to handle that case.
Okay.
So the action item is what? So it's to check why symlink is needed. It's used.
And then I will try to check the logic in mount point. Yeah.
For now, I can make a fix to evaluate the symlink when you checking for SL Linux. That would probably fix it. But yeah.
So you are help them to test their driver, IBM driver?
No, they asked us our input about like the best practices and all this stuff. So we're just like taking a look and why something was failing, and we observed this behavior. So
Mm. So I didn't put the agenda, but Xing, actually, I want to understand the progress of related to data protection. Anything you are talking about, let's say volume backup, etc.
What
So
do you want to talk the one that I mentioned earlier, the migration case, or is you're talking about more data protection in general?
in general, yeah.
Data protection working group.
Yeah, right.
So well, okay, maybe you can. You should join our meeting Wednesdays.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, if you're talking about like caps and things like that, the only thing, you know, like the volume mode conversion one, that's related because that's something that we need for the backup use cases. So that, but other than that, there are a lot of things going on, but we don't really have any other cap that that has make big progress yet. So let me actually see what is the data
So
protection.
do we plan to have some standard, you know, like a API similar to Snapshot, right, for volume backup?
Oh, that one. Okay, so that one is actually kind of on hold. Basically, there was I think a long time ago, it was Andrew, right? Andrew Large. You talking about that one, the backup APIs? Do you remember? He actually, it was in San Diego, isn't it? Was it in San Diego that he gave the presentation? So I remember Andrew, yeah, I think it was in San Diego, Andrew and Yinan gave the presentation.
Yeah.
Well, he talked about this backup API, talking about. So it's basically still his original proposal, but nobody has picked that up since. So I also pinned the Shanqian about this. It's just like nobody is working on that one. So that one, it's basically been discussed, but we didn't really make progress on that one. And then the rest of them, then the CBT, right? Change block tracking, that one, we talked about that. So so we do have some draft design doc that we started. But the person who is leading that effort, I think he has been busy for the last few times, so he has not given an update for that one. So, but that's kind of an ongoing thing. And then consistency group, the voting group thing, right? That cap I have there that we are also tracking in SIG storage meetings. It's just kind of slow. I actually maybe we should think out on that one just to see if we can move that one forward. I feel that cap is getting too big now. It's so big. I just think there's no way that can ever get merged. It's getting more and more because we want to support this and that, and it's getting more and more complicated. Maybe we can. Maybe we should think offline. You actually, we started talking about that when we work on volume snapshot. Remember, that's a long time ago. It's right now. I feel it's a little kind of getting too big. Yeah, so maybe we should actually talk about that at some point. See if we can maybe make the cap a little bit smaller and then move forward. Otherwise, it's it's very hard to move forward. That one, and then the other one actually we really want to get in is the container notifier. Remember, that the execution hook, right? Then we work on container notifier. The Shanqian, we have this cap. So that one basically there are some concerns from SIG node side. And then there's also some concerns from the API reviewer. So I think Shanqian has been very busy, so we haven't really got back to those. I think we need to look at those and then maybe need to set up some meetings to make sure we can address those concerns. So that one, that's what. So it's that one is a little stuck, so I say.
I see.
And voting populator is also something we are interested in, the data protection working group. And then that one, right? So that we are tracking the status already. There is one new discussion that you may be interested in is regarding replication. So we had one meeting, somebody from Red Hat, they actually have this presentation in KubeCon. So they talked about that in one of those meetings. So if they join again, I will invite you. Because right now, basically just I think they had 1 or 2 meetings to go through the design, but we have not got back to that one. Ben was asking whether he should talk about because they also implement something for their Trident driver. So he was asking whether he should present something. He was just thinking if there was like pros and cons from both approaches. I just need to check with Shang-Chen about that one to see how we are, how we are moving forward with this.
Right. I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the only one I think is not tracked in the SIG storage spreadsheet. Everything else is tracked in SIG storage spreadsheet. So like container notifier, CPT, this is volume mode conversion, volume populator, right? They're all tracked there. Consistent group, all tracked there. Yeah. Only thing is the replication is very new. So because there's no cap yet. They just started talking about it. So we will still I need to talk to Shang-Chen and see how he want to proceed. I don't know if we whether we should ask them to talk about their approach, and then we look at both and see maybe bring the best from both approaches someday. So I just need to Shang-Chen has been busy, so I need to ping him on that one. So yeah, so that's I think that's pretty much it.
Right. So I think there are many proposals, directions under data protection. It will be like a big area, right? I think for CSI to work on in next phase. So once we done most of the work, let's say in 124, right, we can focus some of the interesting topic there. They seems very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just those are all very big features. You need to probably will take quite a long time to to figure out what's the right design. Yeah. So, but they do have the one that the Red Hat person presented did have a implementation already. So.
Yeah, I think right now seems different drivers start working on like their own way of handling, let's say, replication or backup or something, right? Then
yeah, so I think it's good to have a common way. Yeah, so I think Dell EMC also said they have something. So so I think probably not just this is already like three vendors, right? I think there are more. I believe it's either HPE or is that HPE or someone who mentioned they have that one as well in the SIG storage channel some time ago. So there are a few who have implemented their own solution. Yeah.
Right. Then
So
I think it's
definitely interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So let's maybe we should maybe look at this, and we can maybe at least for the volume group, I definitely would like to revisit that one that has been there for quite some time. See if we can make some progress on that.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, sorry to take time to talk about this, but we don't have anything else on the agenda for today. Anyone has some topic? By the way, if you go to the project 124 project board, this is 123.
Oh, okay. This is 124. Okay.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
first the left
Okay.
the first
Requesting
this one.
features or this
yeah this one
yes?
this one
Mhm.
yeah the first allow setting ownership to a mounted secret. I see there are quite a number of people asking about this feature. I don't know whether anyone familiar with this.
Oh, should we change this one to not stale at least? So it's stale. I'll just
Yeah,
remove
this
that
is
and-
this is that issue that somebody was trying to design it, and basically, like in Kubernetes, we don't support. Yeah, we don't support user ID based ownership, and I think the underlying ask is that they want some user based permission handling, so that it would be good to add a default on a possible default group field that would allow setting the default ownership. CP running user process A might need to use secret A and process B need to make the secret usable to the secret and secret B who need to be vault writable because they know to set ownership to them. This is different, sorry.
It's a quite old issue. But recently there I see a number of people say +1, right? They want something about around this area. So I just wondering if anyone more familiar with the, the ownership or secret, whether we want to pick it up sometime. Yeah.
The question is about the ephemeral volume driver, right? That plumbs the secret in. That's what they care about.
So what is missing for like today? And whether
know,
it is.
Does it just make the file 644 owned by root or something by default?
Sorry, the secrets?
Yeah, the secrets.
Yeah, it's 644, 640, I think. They were made read only recently, right? And the
Oh, okay.
secrets.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously writable doesn't make any sense because it's a secret, but is the concern that it's not world readable and that if you're running as a non-root process in your container, you can't read your own secrets? Because like
No,
that's just a usability concern, right?
I don't know if this is an issue. I'll have to take a look, like, because if you apply if your pod has FS group at the pod level, then that FS group is applied to all the secrets, like every secret, so that even if individual containers are running with different processes, as long as they share they're running the same FS group, they should be able to read the secret.
Could it
What
be
was
that
the
they don't know
link?
about FS groups?
I don't know. Maybe they don't know. What is the link? 81089. There's a lot of people piling up on this. So, but that's how secret works in today in non-root containers. Like you have to have a FS group, and then it just works. We chown and chmod the files and
Right.
everything. Yeah.
So maybe we just add a comment and then let people say, hey, this is why that doesn't work for me.
So.
See
I don't
that.
Right, there's some discussion in the issue. So Hemant, if you could have time to take a look, and so I feel I'm not super familiar, but I can also try to take a look. But yeah, recently I just noticed people like want set something right for their users. There's quite a number of use cases for this.
I'm reading Jordan's comment. I think this is what the FS group setting was intended to accommodate. That's what I thought too. And read the description as multiple containers and different users wanting access to the same secret. This is asking for a way to have multiple processes in a single users not have access to portions of the same secret. Multiple processes in a single container running as different users not have access to another or portions of the same secret.
Who's running multiple users in the same pod? That just seems like a horrible practice.
As we said, doesn't look like a very common use case.
Yeah, the bottom you see they're saying is
Oh, okay. If a multiple processes in a single container, actually.
Yeah, that's
wow.
just weird thing to do.
Not even multiple containers in the same pod, but multiple processes in a single container.
With different UIDs, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Tim,
someone's trying to run an operating system inside a container.
Tim
But,
added a comment and he was downvoted to earth. Did you see? It's like,
so yeah, the bottom, someone saying the Postgres related, and someone saying they want to set different keys for different users and necessary for Rabbit MQ, Elon cookie. There are many people, yeah, mentioned
So
their cases.
databases, basically, databases users.
so one process in a container can say this. Only the secret would still be created as a root as the owner, unless the file the container will not be able to read it. So in this scenario, which is not uncommon, currently the secret would be created with root as the owner, run as non-root. Okay, run as user ID. A little to no use for the default mode. Either the secret file is to get the owner of runners should be able to explicitly set owner of the secret file. I think the scenario that FS group would address that. Yeah, it does addresses that, but maybe they don't want FS group.
Well, but let them say that, like propose it in the thread. Say this, you should use that FS group because it solves the problem. And then if they say no, this is why we can't use it, then at least we'll know.
One guy is saying that FS group is not always a solution because the software checks the UID, which of today is always 0. Well, providing a configuration option to set the mount UID via YAML used to define the mount is clean because it's the same abstraction expected by non-containerized system. If that is left to the user to correctly align the value of mount UID and the value of run as user setting for the container itself. So it has started as that, and then it has evolved into something like what I suspected, which is support UID based ownership on secret, which we don't support right now, at least.
Yeah. And in the middle, someone mentioned there is like a workaround. Use default owner option, do the trick. And they also give a link how the workaround for now in the Stack Overflow. Changing default file owner, group owner, Kubernetes secrets file mounted on project volumes. So it is in the comment of May 12. So it seems Postgres is one of the big things. Many people mention Postgres.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's basically that. So there's another issue for that, but that's not the how it should be. There was another issue for there was a cap someone tried to propose a couple of releases ago, if you remember, about ownership, UID based ownership for secret. That did not go anywhere much, but at least it was there. And where is it? didn't move, but I'm just trying to pull the. It keeps coming in our kept reviews whenever we review this. I'll find it. Did it go? So that's the right issue. I don't think we'll be able to support what they're asking in this, but if they, I think the UID based ownership for secret is a reasonable request, and I see use cases like right now you cannot use secret as SSH key basically because like it has group based ownership, and SSH will say, oh, you cannot use this as a secret. You cannot use this as a SSH key. It wants not non-group writable volumes and things like that. So there's a use case, I mean, beyond Postgres. So, but we need a design that kind of does this, does this properly. Not somebody was trying to special case it for secret and config map, but we were like concerned that if we just special case it for secret, then we won't be able to do it for other volume type. Like why shouldn't the CSI drive CSI volume also be able to say that I want UID based ownership, not group based ownership and things like that. Yeah, I found it. The issue 2. Okay, I think it got just let me put it in chat. Oh geez, it got closed, but I put it in chat.
Okay, I just put it in the notes, meeting notes.
Okay. It's a valid request, but I think it will require some careful design. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, and we can like whenever time allowed.
It's closed already?
Yeah, it got stale actually.
Okay.
The author of the issue did not. Yeah, so we were asking basically people to like design it for every volume type rather than just special casing for secret and config maps, and I think that would work. But yeah.
Okay. So there are probably different use cases, as you mentioned, need careful design and understand the needs. I mean, this is not a hurry. So after 124, the most of the other features got handled. We can take a look at this. Just want to bring some attention about this problem to see anyone have comments. Okay, we already passed the time. If nothing else, we will see next Monday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Command. Don't forget to ping Derek.
I pinged actually already. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.